watching Arise, the world's standout news channel. Arise News, awards, and beyond.
Salam alaikum, walaikum salam. Alge Pretoria e amo sucro, moroni bange, pujambura, wakajugu gamboron contonu Yaoundé, Djibouti le Caire, Asmara. Addis Abeba, Libreville, Banjul, Accra, Conakry, Malabo, Bissau, Nairobi, Monrovia, Tripoli, Africa, 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 Bea la Bolo, Africa, 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 Bea la Bolo. Africa, Africa, Bea la Bolo. Africa, 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 Bea la Bolo. Antananarivo, Lingue, Bamako, Rapanouachot, Maputo, Niamey, Abuja, Kampala, Kinshasa, Kigali, São Tomé, Dakar, Victoria, Freetown, Mogadiscio, Khartoum, Salah, N'Djamena, Londres, Tunis, Lusaka, Harare, Africa, Africa, Bea la Bolo. Africa, 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 Bea la Bolo. Africa, 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 Bea la Bolo. Africa, 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 Bea la Bolo. Arrêtez vos guerres, arrêtez vos génocides, arrêtez vos charniers. Arrêtez de faire peur aux enfants. Africa, ma mère, ma terre des promesses, la terre des promesses. Tout le monde. Africa, 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 Bea la Bolo. Africa, 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 Bea la Bolo. Africa, 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 Bea la Bolo. Africa, 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 Bea la Bolo. Yeah, Africa, 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 Bea la Africa, 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 Bea la Bolo. Africa, 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 Bea la Bolo. Bea la Bolo. Thank you, merci, shukran.
as wisdom. Eat the fruit I give them. See the signs and live, yeah. It's all just giving. When you rise up in the morning, give thanks for the dawning. No time to sit and yarning. Wake up, the whole world is calling. Stop stressing, stop stressing. Enjoy your bliss. No stressing, no stressing, no stressing. No time to be stressing. Stop stressing, stop stressing. Enjoy your bliss. No stressing, no stressing, no stressing. Cause it's all pure blessing. Why? Showers is for blessing. That is a lesson. It's overcast, no stressing. Once the sunshine, there's no fixing. It's overcast, no stressing. Once the sunshine, there's no fixing. Enjoy your bliss.
إذن السيدات والسادة الكرام، بعد ما استمتعنا في هذا الافتتاح مع شمس فريكلان والفرقة الموسيقية لرفقاته، تتفضل معنا الآن معالي الدكتورة سغايا مولوجي وزيرة التضامن الوطني والأسرة وقضايا المرأة لإلقاء الكلمة الافتتاحية بهذه المناسبة، فلتتفضل مشكورة تحت تحياتكم من فضلكم. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Minister of National Solidarity, Family and Women's Affairs to deliver the welcoming remarks. صباح الخير سيداتي، تفضلي.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السيد الفاضل أوليسانديو أوبوساجاما، رئيس نيجيريا السابق، رئيس المجلس الاستشاري لمعرض التجارة البينية الإفريقية، السيدة الفاضلة نائب رئيس جمهورية ناميبيا، السيدة الفاضلة حرم رئيس جمهورية زيمبابوي، السيد الأمين العام للمنظمة التجارة الحرة الإفريقية، السيد وزير الثقافة والفنون، البروفيسور بنديكت أوراما، رئيس البنك الإفريقي للتصدير والاستيراد، السيدة الفاضلة وزيرة الثقافة لدولة البهاماس، السيد الفاضل عربي الأطرش محافظ معرض التجارة البينية الإفريقية، السيدات والسادة الضيوف كل باسمه ومقامه، الحضور الكريم، الأسرة الإعلامية، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. يشرفني باسم الجمهورية الجزائرية الديمقراطية الشعبية أن أفتتح أشغال هذه التظاهرة الهامة، وأن أرحب بكم جميعاً ضيوف الجزائر الكرام، إخوة وأشقاء من مختلف البلدان الإفريقية، في مناسبة تجمع بين البعد الاقتصادي والثقافي تحت مظلة معرض التجارة البينية الإفريقية، وفي إطار الأيام الإبداعية الإفريقية في دورتها الخامسة. أيها الحضور الكريم، إن التئام جمعنا اليوم ليس مجرد تظاهرة عابرة، بل هو ثمرة رؤية سياسية راسخة يقودها السيد رئيس الجمهورية عبد المجيد تبون، الذي ما فتئ يؤكد على مكانة إفريقيا في قلب الأولويات الوطنية والدولية، وعلى أهمية جعل الثقافة والإبداع قاطرة للتنمية والتكامل بين شعوبنا. ولعل من أبرز الأمثلة الدالة على هذه الرؤية إصراره على أن يواكب المعرض التجاري فضاءً موازياً يعنى بالصناعات الثقافية والإبداعية، لما لها من دور حاسم في بناء اقتصاد قوي ومتنوع. فالثقافة كما تعلمون ليست ترفاً ولا تزييناً لخطاباتنا اليومية، بل هي أساس متين للاقتصاديات الحديثة. ولننظر إلى تجارب بعض الدول الإفريقية التي صناعاتها السينمائية والموسيقية لتصبح منتجاتها تنافس على المستوى العالمي، وخلقت مئات الآلاف من فرص العمل، وباتت اليوم تلهم الأسواق الدولية وتغزو المنصات الرقمية. من هذا المنطلق فإن الأيام الإبداعية الإفريقية ليست مجرد مناسبة ثقافية، بل فضاء للتفكير في كيفية تحويل تراثنا الغني ومواهبنا الشابة إلى مشاريع اقتصادية رائدة تسهم في النمو المستدام لشعوبنا كافة. إننا نؤمن بأن الاستثمار في الإبداع يعني الاستثمار في المستقبل، في الهوية وفي القدرة التنافسية لقارتنا على الصعيد العالمي. أيتها الفضليات، أيها الأفاضل، نلتقي اليوم على أرض الجزائر التي كانت ولا تزال جسراً حضارياً بين ضفتي المتوسط وعمق القارة الإفريقية. وهنا نستحضر أمثلة من تاريخنا القريب حين جمعت الجزائر سنة 1900.
Approach. Algeria never spared any effort in order to advance the interest of Africa and protect our benefits together and unify the continent. And today we stress that we are in a fight, a lofty fight, because economy and culture are come together. And Africa that impressed the world by its art and innovation is capable to impress the world with its economic model, and we highly value the support of our strategic partner, starting by Afreximbank and the African Union, the Organization of Free Trade, and we are looking forward for these days to be a new step in the path of building a fruitful African cooperation based on cementing the culture of mutual joint work, because this is the only path and optimal path in order to increase our skills to be one of the pillars to innovation and to prosperity. Here from Algeria, the incubator of African cooperation, let's work together towards peace, innovation, so our continent be a beacon of hope for the future generation and a title for excellence. To conclude, I welcome all of you again in Algeria, the land of history, and wishing for this event every success. Wishing you also an enjoyable stay in your second country, Algeria. Thank you so much for your kind attention, and may peace of Allah be upon all of you. Thank you so much, Your Excellency Soraya Mouloudji, the Minister of National Solidarity, Family and Women's Affairs. Thank you so much, Excellency Minister.
We invite you now to turn your attention to the screen for a pre-recorded remarks from the Commissioner for Health, Humanitarian Affairs and Social Development at the African Union Commission, Her Excellency Ambassador Adoma Poum Amoa.
Hello and warm greetings. 2025. I am honored to join you virtually in this vibrant celebration of Africa's creative spirit, hosted in the beautiful city of Algiers, the city that hosts one of our flagship projects, the Great Museum of Africa, a symbol of our shared heritage and unity, a center for continental and diaspora research, knowledge and cultural exchange. Your Excellencies, Honorable Ministers, distinguished creatives, entrepreneurs, and our partners across Africa and beyond, ladies and gentlemen. CANX at Iatf 2025, under the theme, One People, United in Culture, Creating for the World. It's a landmark gathering for Africa's creative economy, and I remain fully committed to its vision and impact. Though distance separates us physically, my support and enthusiasm for this transformative event are unwavering. I convey the gratitude of the African Union to the government and people of Algeria, Afreximbank, and all our partners for such a brilliant organization. Africa's cultural and creative industries are a source of pride, identity, and opportunity for all Africans and people of African descent. They reflect our history. They tell our stories. They give millions of young people the chance to create, innovate, and earn a living. From Dakar to Dar es Salaam, from Gaborone to Casablanca, Africa is bursting with stories, sounds, and visions that the world is hungry to experience. And CANX is the stage where those dreams take flight. The creative industries are no longer peripheral. They are central to Africa's development, resilience, and global influence. From fashion to film, music to digital arts, our creators are rewriting narratives, reclaiming identity, and redefining what it means to be an African in the 21st century. Distinguished delegates, at the African Union, culture and creativity are central to our vision for continental development. The Charter for African Cultural Renaissance and the revised AU Plan of Action on the cultural and creative sector guide our work. They help us protect and promote Africa's heritage, support artists, safeguard intellectual property, and create more opportunities for creative businesses. The Plan of Action calls on member states to strengthen their national frameworks, policies, and institutions for the creative economy. Strong policies at the national level are essential for supporting African creators, opening markets, and ensuring that cultural and creative industries contribute fully to economic growth. As the plan highlights, investing in culture and creativity is investing in Africa's social cohesion, identity, and economic future. We also recall the Ministerial Roundtable on the Creative Economy held in this great city, Algiers, in 2024, jointly organized by the African Union and Afri-Exim Bank. One of the main outcomes was the urgent need to fast-track the ratification of the Statute of the African Audiovisual and Cinema Commission, which will strengthen governance, regulation, and support for the film and audiovisual sector, giving African creators the tool they need to succeed on the continent and internationally. Africa's creative economy is not a dream. It is a reality unfolding before our eyes. And with the right support, it will become one of the most powerful tools we have to advance public health, social justice, and sustainable development. Our creative industries are diverse and dynamic. Music and film are driving new opportunities, creating jobs for artists, producers, and technicians, while promoting African stories to global audiences. Fashion and design are helping African brands gain international recognition, blending tradition with modern trends. Literature and visual arts preserve our heritage while inspiring young minds. Digital innovation is becoming a powerhouse, empowering youth to build businesses with global reach. This is why I find CANX to be a unique platform for ideas, information sharing, and partnerships formation by all creative industry players. It opens new markets, attracts significant investment, and helps African creators expand their networks. Connecting stakeholders, CANX strengthens the foundation for a thriving African creative economy. Today, I call on all of us, governments, investors, civil society, and creatives themselves to champion policies that empower women and youth, who are the heartbeat of our creative industries, to build bridges between health, education, and entrepreneurship, so that creativity is nurtured from the classroom to the marketplace, and to protect intellectual property and cultural heritage, ensuring that African creativity is valued, respected, and rewarded. Excellencies, honorable ministers, distinguished guests, I conclude by reiterating the African Union's commitment to supporting bold initiatives such as CANX that grow Africa's creative industries. By investing in culture and creativity, we are investing not only in Africa's identity and pride, but empowering its people and building a sustainable future. Let us continue to nurture this creative ecosystem. Let us build policies that protect our artists, fund our storytellers, and open doors for our youth. Let us collaborate across borders, across sectors, and across generations, because Africa's cultural wealth belongs not only to us, but to the world. When we invest in our artists, we invest in our people. We invest in dignity, in identity, and in hope. To every designer, filmmaker, musician, and inventor here today, thank you. You are the architects of Africa's future. Keep creating, keep connecting, keep showing the world what it means to be one people, united in culture. Together, we are not just shaping trends, we are shaping history. I thank you. Merci. Shukran. Asanteni sana. Obrigada. Gracias.
Thank you very much, Excellency Ambassador Ama Adoma Tuwum Amoa, Commissioner for Health, Humanitarian Affairs and Social Development at the African Union Commission. And right now, ladies and gentlemen, to give his remarks, please welcome His Excellency Wamkele Mene, Secretary General of the African Continental Free Trade Area, AfCFTA Secretariat. Let's give him a big round of applause, please. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Madam Program Director, Honorable Minister, our host, President Orama, ministers that are here, and of course, the main reason why we are all here, the creative industry, our artists. It is really a pleasure for us to be here to offer these remarks of support to CANX. It's a privilege for the AfCFTA Secretariat to be part of the journey of CANX, to support Africa's creative industry, one of the fastest growing industries, not only in Africa, but one of the fastest growing in the world. Africa's creative industries is valued at over $50 billion and employs millions and millions of young Africans across the length and breadth of our continent. It is a significantly potential market which remains untapped. And that is why we are very much a strong supporter of this initiative, so that our artists, our designers, our young entrepreneurs receive through this platform the support that they need, the infrastructure, the financing, the policy support, and all other tools that are required to enable young people to take advantage of the AfCFTA market. The African continent, as we all know, has a combined GDP of 3.4 trillion United States dollars. We are determined to make sure that this consolidated and integrated market offers opportunities for all, not just manufacturing, not just the services sector, but more importantly, Africa's creative and cultural sectors. And so the AfCFTA presents a tool to assist, to help, to facilitate, and to support the creative industries. We do that in a number of ways. First, the Protocol on Intellectual Property Rights will protect your rights as a creative industry, your copyrights, your trademarks, all of your patents, all of the intellectual properties that enable you to be competitive, to receive fair value for your creative endeavors. The second important tool that we seek to put to you for further support is the Protocol on Digital Trade. We offer the Protocol on Digital Trade to enable you to reach markets across the African continent, business connectivity, leveraging on the digital ecosystem to reach new markets and to ensure that you flourish in the AfCFTA market. And finally, the African Union, as you heard from Madam Commissioner, as the apex political, diplomatic, and trade body of the African Union, also offers full support to ensure that our creative industries does indeed become one of the drivers of Africa's industrial development. Finally, let me just say on industrial development that we see the role of the creative industries as absolutely essential to achieving our industrial development objectives through their innovation, creativeness, and also the competitiveness of the spirit of our creative industries. And so, as I conclude, ladies and gentlemen, I wish all of us here very, very good discussions. I look forward to the festivities, the creativeness that I am sure this policy dialogue today will present to all of us. I thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Excellency Wamkele Mene, Secretary General of the African Continental Free Trade Area, AfCFTA. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce the Honorable Minister Ginger Moxie, Minister for Grand Bahama, to present her remarks.
The Bahamas is in the house. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, brothers and sisters, and the 40-member delegation from the Bahamas. I am honored to stand before you today on this momentous occasion, the opening ceremony of the Creative African Nexus, CANX, at the Intra-African Trade Fair 2025. In the beautiful city of Algiers. I extend warm greetings on behalf of the Honorable Philip Davis, Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, our government and people, and to express our deep appreciation to the President and government of the People's Democratic Republic of Algeria, the African Export-Import Bank, the African Union Commission, and the AfCFTA Secretariat. You are to be applauded for so graciously bringing us together under the inspiring theme, One People United in Culture, Creating for the World, which reminds me of my country's Pledge of Allegiance. One people united in love and service. This year's theme captures the spirit of our shared heritage and our shared destiny. It reminds us that across continents and oceans, from Africa to the Caribbean and the wider African diaspora, we are bound by history, enriched by diverse traditions, and empowered by a collective vision for the future. Our culture is not only a reflection of who we are, it is one of the most powerful tools our nations possess to transform economies, strengthen unity, and inspire generations. The creative and cultural industries, music, film, fashion, visual arts, literature, photography, gastronomy, sports, and more, shape how the world engages with Africa and its diaspora. These industries drive our narratives, fuel economic growth, and global influence. As a proud Bahamian, when I speak of the ingenuity behind the creation of our Junkanoo costumes, the pulsating rhythm of the goatskin drum, the sweet melodies of our rake and scrape music, and the folklore passed down through generations, I speak of a cultural wealth that is timeless and borderless, a cultural wealth inherited by our forefathers from the shores of Africa during horrific journeys through oceans of pain, the same oceans that we are striving to make oceans of tremendous gain. These intangible assets are not just artistic expressions, they are the creative industries of today, with the potential to more significantly contribute to our GDP, transform economies, create jobs, shape global markets, and inspire future generations. For this reason, CANX is more than a platform. Kanayo Awani, can you please stand? I would like to take this opportunity to thank you, my sister, Kanayo Awani, Executive Vice President of Intra-Africa Trade, with the responsibility for CANX, to let you know that we appreciate your labor of love to develop this phenomenal unit. We see you, we appreciate you, and we salute you. Thank you. Of course, my brother, Professor Benedict Orama, we salute you for all the work that you've been doing throughout the Caribbean, in the Bahamas, with the investments made, how it's already transforming lives, and we thank you. We know that you're going to be leaving as the current chairman and president, but we just want you to know how much we appreciate the work that you have done. And on behalf, of course, of our Prime Minister, we again salute you, we thank you, we appreciate you. We love you, Professor. CANX is an opportunity for Africa and its diaspora to form linkages, a space where partnerships are forged, entrepreneurs and artists can access financing, and governments can discuss implementing policies that enable creativity to flourish as an economic engine, a pillar of sustainable development, and a beacon of our identity. And this is where the future lies. So take a brief journey with me across the ocean. Yes, we are storytellers, the creatives, so let us visualize this. An Afro-Caribbean marketplace is CANX amplified, a permanent display of authenticity. It embodies the essence of 55 African countries, 20 Caribbean countries, and 16 islands of the Bahamas. It is a place you go to for jollof rice, or peas and rice, or rice and peas, or crab and rice. A place where you experience collaborations of artists in Afrobeats, Junkanoo, soca, reggae, calypso, dancehall, and rake and scrape. Direct flights to and from the African continent are in abundance, and getting back home is no hassle at all. Creative entrepreneurs from the continent of Africa and the islands of the Caribbean see exponential growth, heralding sustained economic development. Through the establishment of the Afro-Caribbean Marketplace on Grand Bahama Island, the gateway to the Caribbean, this story will soon become a reality. Thank you, Afro-Exim Bank. Again, the Bahamas and the wider Caribbean have a profound and enduring bond with Africa. We are products of a shared journey, resilience, and creativity that have profoundly influenced the world. And we stand together. We are reminded that our histories converge and our futures are intertwined. By strengthening collaborations with Africa, the Bahamas, and the Caribbean, we celebrate our common cultural identity and unlock new opportunities for trade, investment, and innovation. Last year at CANX, both Algeria and Nigeria's ministers with responsibility for the creative industry discussed collaboration on the all too important issue of intellectual property and discussed sharing best practices, as they have both done a considerable amount of work in this space. And we really should be helping one another as Africans. Most are here on this continent, and others who make up the sixth region, the African diaspora. Distinguished brothers and sisters, as we embarked on the activities of CANX at Iatf 2025, let us commit to nurturing our creative talent and building stronger ecosystems that support our cultural entrepreneurs. These industries face significant challenges, but if we address them head on, we can ensure sustainability and growth and deepen the bonds between Africa and its diaspora. And on my island, as mentioned, Grand Bahama Island, we are doing our part by creating the Marketplace and Logistics Center, a microcosm of global Africa. Together, we can show the world that our creativity is not just a product, it is a force that unites, uplifts, and propels us into a future of prosperity and pride. In closing, let us remember that we are indeed one people united in culture, creating for the world. May this gathering inspire renewed collaboration, expanded opportunities, and a reaffirmation of Africa's and the diaspora's extraordinary potential to lead through culture and creativity. And may this historic occasion mark yet another milestone in our shared journey of progress and unity. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister Ginger Moxie, Minister for Grand Bahama. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce the next performance, a true fusion and celebration of creativity and culture. Please put your hands together to welcome Ibkwak from Nigeria, Oldum from Brazil, Tayo Konga from Nigeria, and the Kangaroo Zulu dancers from South Africa. Thank you very much.
Original Mr. Flavor, Oskido, on this one. You're done now. Come on, let's dance. Come on, let's dance, yo. Come on, let's dance. Come on, let's dance, yo. My baby, she wanna dance a samba. She wanna dance a rumba. I wanna play marimba. You wanna feel that rumba. She wanna dance a samba. She wanna dance a rumba. I wanna play marimba. You wanna feel that rumba. Rumba, samba, samba, rumba. Listen. Come on, girl. The way you move. You wanna carry man go. Sanko. She got the fire. She got the vibe. She got the body. Oh, she got it all. She does so good. Woo. She moves so nice. Oh yeah. Come on, let's dance. Woo. Come on, let's dance, yo. Hey. Come on, let's dance. Come on, girl. Come on, let's dance, yo. My baby. She wanna dance samba. She wanna dance rumba. I wanna play marimba. You wanna feel that rumba. She wanna dance samba. She wanna dance rumba. I wanna play marimba. You wanna feel that rumba. Yeah. Yeah, oh yeah. Ay. Yeah. Le. Ay, Baila.
The sky is not our limit. We've gone past it. To include Africans in its yearly budget. How about we send an invoice to the stars for imitating Africans and calling in the constellation? The sky is where we place our feet, make our mark in history, and the clouds is where we save it. We have talent too heavy for gravity. So earth is where we don't die, just sleep. Like it's the valley of the great kings. We don't just speak, we decree and command things. Call for things that be not as though they were. We don't see ourselves as less when we come from royalty. With empires realer than the fresh prince of Bel-Air. We have cultureness who call it art, call it fire, call it local. And watch the world sample everything. The way we make waves with Afrobeat and Amapiano. Gyrate until bodies can't stand still or say no. We are the fertile ground. This is where things become the Iroko. We know how to build, create, trade. We know how to make our presence known and felt. We don't shrink because we want to accommodate. Africa is redefining herself through trade, creativity, agriculture, fashion. Name it, what we have is enough to begin with. Because trade is power. It is how a continent stops being pitied and starts being paid. It's the sound of many waters and wonder. Trade is the language of nations who take themselves seriously. And Africa is speaking now. Both. Fiercely. Finally. This is to say that we have the resources in our hands. Advanced technology in our palms. Inside our head, content flow. We are the code that can decode Africa and every bug in its system. We're the solution to nations. We play forward and we do it well like Rashford. Why global Arsenal? And I'm not talking Gabriel Martinelli. I want to believe we've scored more goals than Saka. One legendary like JJ Okocha. We strike through like a sister to Shwana. So best like say you Jackie Chan. Blow your trumpet like it's the judgment day. See visions like saying that you and AJ Gabriel. We speak different languages, but I call it unity. We are the key to unlock great technological inventions. We're number one. And I'm not talking Amazon. Do we not know that we are fire? We're the flame that keeps the nation awake. The signal of smoke that speaks into industries. We're the talking drum beating with dexterity loud enough to cause villages to stand still. We're a fire flagging its flames like a call to action. I dare nations to not listen as we come to action. Africa is changing the game with innovation in our DNA. This is a continent that plays with passion. We are waking the Victor Osimhen in us. So a young boy in Niger knows that his feet can take him anywhere in the world as long as he keeps at it. We know how to shape shift to the agility and speed of Mohamed Salah. Even under pressure, watch us become Ramirez. We're rooted in reading no one can count as Alex Iwobi, Chimamanda Adichie, Chinua Achebe, Ngugi wa Thiong'o have all taught us to write our stories. Boldly. Fiercely. Finally. So this is for the girls writing poems with no audience. For the mothers starting life again as a young girl. For African boys to forbid the notion that they are inferior. For the men pushing down closed doors because not be me you go tell no. For those who are ready to make music even if it's not from Fela and Nikulako. To people who break boundaries and revive hope. We're not privileged to be center of conversation. We deserve to be in every room, every office, every stage, every tongue, and I dare say every place where decisions are being made. You don't try to resurrect a people who cannot die and simultaneously know how to rise. So when the stars try to count themselves, they must call our names first. This is how we make history. Boldly, fiercely, finally. Thank you.
Naija láti wá. Ìlú bàbá ìlú o. Áfíríkà gangan gangan gangan. Áfíríkà gangan gangan gangan. God bless Africa. God bless Africa. God bless Africa. Go 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 go. Ìlú bàbá ìlú o. Ìlú bàbá ìlú o. Ìlú bàbá ìlú o. Nàìjíríà á gbé wa o. Áfíríkà á gbé wa o. Algeria á gbé wa o. Wọ́n ní ká gbẹ́ni wá. Ìlú bàbá ìlú o. Áfíríkà gangan 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 gangan. Áfíríkà gangan 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 gangan. What you say? Ìlú bàbá ìlú o. Ìlú bàbá ìlú o. Ìlú bàbá ìlú o. Áfíríkà. 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 Òyìnbó ló sọ wípé good morning sir. Òyìnbó ló sọ wípé good morning sir. Òyìnbó ló sọ wípé good afternoon sir. Òyìnbó ló sọ wípé good afternoon ma. Òyìnbó ló sọ wípé I am very very happy. I am very very happy. I am very 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 good. You said what? Yo, Konga, you are welcome to Africa. Oh. You are welcome to CANX 2025. Yeah. We bring you peace, we bring you happiness. Yeah. We bring you unity from Nigeria to Africa. Go, 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 go. God bless Africa. Yo, God. God bless the Africa. Go, go. Ìlú bàbá ìlú, ìlú bàbá ìlú. God bless Nigeria. God bless Africa. Go, 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 go. God bless South Africa. God bless Algeria. Go, go, go. God bless Gabon. God bless Guinea-Bissau. God bless Senegal. God bless Africa. Africa. Go, go. You say what? You say what? You say what? Let's go. Yes, sir. Hey, yo. Hey, yo. Hey, yo. Allez, allez. Viens, va. Hey, yo, papa, ça va. Toi qui nous serez. Hey, yo, papa, ça va. Nous serez.
Oh, niveau.
Viens, va. Hey, yo.
Naginyete amwari Kekuire maniga dhafari Toisioro nade nasio diari Nikungangana gedha diari Tugesiria tene kobuera Nawaigwa makiuga Tenada no wona Kuirana kwara tiano gaga Tianatiga kueta Tenada
إذا سيدات والسادة الكرام البرنامج ديالنا مازال متواصل. نشكركم على حضوركم أكيد. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for her statement, let's welcome Mrs. Kanayo Awane, Executive Vice President at Intra-African Trade and Export Development, AfCFTA. Let's give her a round of applause as she takes the stage. Thank you very much.
This place is... You miss CANX at your peril. Sometimes you wonder whether the speeches are necessary. And I did wonder whether my speech was necessary when we were doing the programming. But you know, context is important, but more so information. I know the protocols have been established, but please allow me to acknowledge a few people or groups of people. First being the Vice President of Namibia, Her Excellency Lucia Whitball. Thanks for being with us all these couple of days. Thank you so much. President Orama, Chairman of the Board, President and Chairman of the Board, was here earlier. I know he's gone for another engagement. Secretary General of the AfCFTA, His Excellency Wamkele Mene. Minister for the Grand Bahama, my sister Ginger Moxie, thank you. That tribute goes to our outstanding leadership. It will be remiss of me not to pass it down to the tireless workers at AfCFTA who show up every day to battle for the economic emancipation of our continent. In the context of CANX, thank you, Temwa, and your team in the Creative and Diaspora Department. Thank you, Ayman, and your team in the financing space. Thank you, Osanho, and your team in CANX Creations Incorporated. And of course, FEDA, our Impact Equity Fund. I digress. Secretary General and Minister for National Solidarity and Women Affairs, thank you. Thank you for being a host today, and thank you for CANX Weekend 2024. First Lady of Zimbabwe, Her Excellency Dr. Zilia Ngangwagwa, and may I also add the First Lady of AfCFTA, Chinelo Orama. The members of the Creative Advisory Group, I can see our co-chair here, Senator Ben Mure Bruce. Partners in our development journey, I can see Basketball Africa League, Confederation of African Football, and several others, captains of industries, representatives of business community, executives from AfCFTA, my colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, and members of the press. It is a privilege to welcome you to Intra-African Trade Fair and to the opening of the Creative Africa Nexus program. We meet at a time when Africa and its diaspora is broadening their growth story. Broadening it not only through value addition of natural to national resources, which we also do, but also through the ingenuity and creativity of its people. Across the continent, a new frontier is emerging. This is the creative economy, defined by ideas, design, fashion, music, film, literature, sports, and cultural expression. It is actually one of Africa's most promising drivers of trade, jobs, and investment. The United Nations trade body, UNCTAD, reports that global exports of creative services reached a record $1.4 trillion US dollars, creative services, in 2022. The creative goods hit about $713 billion. Together, the creative products totaled up over $2 trillion US dollars, and even services alone account for 19% of all services worldwide, services exports worldwide. growing faster than the rest of services trade. This is not a niche anymore. It is now the new mainstream of global commerce, increasingly powered by digital tools and artificial intelligence. And Africa is not left behind. We are right in it. We are participating. UNESCO estimates that our film and audiovisual industries employ over 5 million people and contribute $5 billion to GDP today, with the potential to quadruple in jobs and value if we remove bottlenecks. Music is growing at a similar pace. Africa has been one of the fastest growing regions for recorded music globally, driven by streaming and the global rise of Afrobeats, Amapiano, and others. Revenues are rising over 20% on an annual basis over the last 2 consecutive years. And when growth compounds in this manner, catalog value, publishing income, and touring will deepen. And even just to talk about touring, Wizkid was here last night. Tonight he's in Malawi. Tomorrow night he is in London, all on tours. And so does it deepen investor appetite for African rights. Also, emerging technologies are already tilting the field in our favor. AI is translating and breaking down language barriers, right? Such that Francophone, Luxophone, Arabic, and African language content can travel. Recommender systems on streaming platforms are surfacing. Niche sounds from Lagos, Nairobi, Kigali, Windhoek, Durban to global ears. Virtual production and game engines are slashing the cost of high-end visuals. Rise data platforms are making royalty flows more transparent, from mobile money to the real-time gross settlement like Pan-African Payment and Settlement System, PAPS. These are solving the problems of how do I get paid, the question that has haunted many musicians and filmmakers for decades. So what is the size of the price if we get the foundations right and if we eliminate the bottlenecks that I just enumerated? Start with film and audiovisual. From $5 billion and 5 million jobs today to a feasible $20 billion and 20 million jobs within a decade, if infrastructure, finance, and enforcement catch up. This is UNESCO's estimation. Music's momentum is quantifiable. 2 years of growth above 20% in recorded revenues sets up a flywheel for publishing and live performances. Now, place those sectors inside. Place all of these sectors, so the visual, film, music, inside a 1.3 billion person free trade area with cross-border payments happening in local currencies, and with the closing of usage gap, the numbers move from promising to being truly transformational. However, we are acutely mindful in AfCFTA that potential alone does not create prosperity. Execution does. At AfCFTA, we are committed to execution. Through the CANX program, we are building the systems and providing the financing that African creators need to compete globally. CANX. CANX is a name for AfCFTA's creative and cultural industry intervention. We developed a dedicated strategy and we're implementing it. CANX is designed to expand Africa's share of global trade in creative products through tailored financing and facilitation support, as well as technical assistance. But it is not just a strategy. It is not just a program. It is a vision to unlock Africa's creativity, empower artists, stimulate cultural exchange, just as we saw now between Nigeria and South Africa and Brazil, and to drive socioeconomic development while nurturing talent, expanding opportunities, and elevating African creativity onto the world stage. The creative economy faces tough challenges that continue to weigh down its growth. Access to capital remains one of the biggest barriers, which is why CANX is pioneering fit-for-purpose financial instruments tailored to the unique needs of creative businesses in debt and equity. Market access is another hurdle. And to address this, we are building bridges to connect African creators directly with global buyers, whether through the showrooms in Paris or the showrooms in Japan showrooms in Portugal, or even New York, or through structured matchmaking platforms, such as here, Canex and Iatf, or such as Canex Weekend. I'm sure people know that in the year we don't have a trade fair, we do a pull-out and focus solely on Canex, as it will be in 2026 in Lagos, Nigeria. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I need serviette, please, thank you. It's very hot here. Weak intellectual property protections have long undermined investor confidence in the sector. To tackle this, we are working with the African Continental Free Trade Area to establish, a continental IP office. I did see Yvonne Chaka in the audience. I met her 2 years ago, no, more than 2 years ago. This was in 2021 in Durban. And she told me a story at the AfCFTA Pavilion in Durban. That at 19, when she sang her famous Umpom Goti, hey! I wish you could sing it now. When she sang that song at 19, she told me, I don't know whether you remember the story, that you were focused on fame, not even money. And of course, that song, went viral back in the day, as you know. It traveled. But she missed out on intellectual property protection. And that's why we must take this thing seriously, because the IP office that we're talking about with the AfCFTA, we strengthen protection and enforcement. Beyond this, the industry continues to grapple with policy, frictions, cross-border payments, challenges, visa restrictions, even to travel, and customs bottlenecks that stifle trade and growth. Through CANX events, we ensure that policymakers and private sector leaders sit around the same table, transforming conversations into actionable reforms that will unlock trade and investments and accelerate the expansion of Africa's creative industries. This platform, and indeed the Iatf, has become a veritable ecosystem for private and public sector dialogue, and indeed to shape policy in favor of the industries that are represented. Since inception, CANX has grown significantly in both scope and impact. We began this journey in 2020 with $500 million commitment, a bold step at the time of $500 million. The demand was extraordinary. That we knew that we were onto something. But so we doubled the creative industry facility to $1 billion United States dollars in 2022. Last year, right here, during CANX Weekend, we doubled our commitment once again to $2 billion over the next 3 years. And our pipeline is incredible. Right now, with over $200 million booked and in the pipeline, spanning music, film, and fashion, and I must say here that not all sectors are getting the traction. They're mostly focused on film, fashion, and sports. We are backing what's in all of this. We are backing projects from as small as $2 million to over $150 million. Through the facility, we have supported the financing of the state-of-the-art Houphouët-Boigny Sports Stadium in Abidjan, Côte d'Ivoire, which was venue to some of the African Cup of Nations' most memorable moments last year. With over 2 billion people viewing worldwide, it was a perfect opportunity to for Africa to showcase how she can host the world with excellence in facilities, quality of sports, entertainment, and business revenues. Also in the Caribbean, we also supported with another facility, the renovation of a major sports facility in Barbados that hosted the Cricket World Cup last year. One of the key milestones of our CANX intervention was the launch of the CANX Creations Incorporated. We call it CCI, which has become an institution monetizing African intellectual property through equity and capital. Also following from stories like Yvonne Chaka's, stories from Funke Akindele, who is in our audience as well, stories from around the world to stem It's a subsidiary of FEDA, Fund for Export Development in Africa, Impact Equity Fund, which is a subsidiary of AfCFTA. We know intangible. You cannot ask a creative to bring you property as collateral. The property is in the intellectual property. And that's why equity became an effective tool and venture capital. It gives flexibility, patience, and then attracts private capital. With this approach, we can invest across the value chain, building infrastructure, funding content, driving distribution, and positioning Africa's creative industries for sustainable long-term growth. I believe CCI is here. They are available to meet the CEO of that company, or Sanho Akpata, must be around somewhere. And please feel free to engage him, as we'll engage those in the debt financing as well, and those in the facilitation. There will be, I believe the CCI will also be signing 2 IP investment deals in the course of the CANX summit. Through our targeted capacity building interventions, we have empowered over 6,000 artisans by making skills accessible. Through our jewelry making course developed in partnership with the renowned design school of Azafami in Egypt. In music, we've created tangible pathways for emerging talent. More than 350 aspiring songwriters have sharpened their craft through our music cookouts, delivered in collaboration with Grammy Award-winning, thank you. Yeah, but how is this going to work? Thank you. Unless somebody holds it, I can't do both. Yeah, Grammy Award-winning producer Vincent Berry III. Simultaneously, over 150 musicians have participated in the Canex Music Factory, an initiative that has already produced 2 full albums that are now streaming on all major platforms. The music cookout was to see how we can unbundle the music ecosystem so that the songwriter makes money, so that the mixer of the beats makes money, and so that the singer also makes money, and also to see how we can get Africans into the business of music. Our ambitious initiative, the One Drum EP. We released it in October 2024, and it's a collaborative project that features diverse lineup of artists from across the globe, including Olodum, which you saw them, of Brazil, Flavor of Nigeria, Reine Abla of Cote d'Ivoire, Scorpion Kings of South Africa, Sophia and Zao of Kenya, blending genres such as Afrobeat, Amapiano, EDM, and reggae. This project celebrates Africa's global cultural unity and rich musical heritage. In literature, the inaugural CANX Creative Writing Workshop held in Aburi, Ghana last year united 20 emerging writers, fostering new voices in African storytelling. Building on that success, we are proud to host the 2nd edition in Algiers. We are welcoming another 20 talented writers and providing a platform for the continent's literary talent to refine their craft. We also introduced the CANX Prize for Publishing in Africa. That was launched in 2023, designed to strengthen Africa's publishing ecosystem and celebrate excellence in literature produced on the continent. The Cash Prize award to the winner recognizes not just editorial courage, but also the quality of books printed and produced in Africa. Last year, Cassava Republic Press became the inaugural winner for publishing Ladinho Gola's Female Fear Factory. This year, the 2nd edition continues that mission, and we are delighted to welcome this year's finalists who have joined us here at CANX at Iatf, where the next winner will also be announced. CANX Shorts, a short film platform that shines a spotlight on the next generation of African filmmakers. It gives young storytellers from Africa and the diaspora a chance to showcase their talents through short films in fiction, documentary, and animation. Last year's winners came from Ghana, Kenya, and Botswana, with powerful stories ranging from animation to human rights. This year's finalists will have their creative work screened throughout and during the event. AfCFTA is expanding its interventions as well in the sports economy. Our partnership with Basketball Africa League delivered a successful capacity building program, which in the past year benefited more than 300 athletes through the BAL programs, Future Pros, BAL Advanced, and BAL for Her programs. I'm glad Amadou Fall is here as well. I'm sure he will shed more light on that when he comes on stage. A key highlight being the drafting of the first BAL player, Ulrich Chomche, drafted into the National Basketball Association, NBA in the USA. I actually think that deserves a salutation. AfCFTA has entered into strategic partnership with the Confederation of African Football, CAF, to support football infrastructure development across the continent. This partnership focuses particularly on grassroots football through the CAF School Program, which emphasizes capacity building, schools facility development, and holistic youth engagement. The bank is also launching the first ever Pan-African sportswear brand with CAF and BAL to promote local garment manufacturing, harness African craftsmanship, and celebrate diverse cultural heritage. I might also add, to use Africa's natural resources. The brand will serve as a symbol of unity, cultural identity, and Africa's resilience and innovative spirit. Since 2021, we have been intentional about shaping and strengthening the fashion ecosystem. Through our Canex systems, our Canex Presents Africa program, we provided capacity building opportunities led by industry experts and connect African luxury brands to global market opportunities. Our partnerships with leading international trade platforms, including Portugal Fashion Week, Coterie, New York, Tranois in Paris, that's Paris Fashion Week, and Japan Fashion Week, have accelerated the growth of participating brands, enhancing both visibility and brand equity on the world stage. Since its inception, the program has supported over 100 designers from 34 African countries, as well as diaspora countries, enabling African brands to be stocked by prestigious international retailers across Japan, Germany, the UAE, France, and the United States of America, to mention a few. CANX is breaking barriers and creating new paths for African creative entrepreneurs. Just a few weeks ago, the African fashion brands were featured at the iconic Galerie Lafayette in Paris through the African Now pop-up store, bringing African luxury directly to global consumers. Other remarkable achievements include the recognition of Ghanaian designer David Boido, whose label, Boido, was named a 2025 semi-finalist for the prestigious LVMH Prize. Meanwhile, Vanwe, a luxury handbag brand from Zimbabwe, has experienced transformative growth, expanding from sales in fewer than 5 retail stores in 2022 to 49 stores worldwide in 2025. These have created sustainable income opportunities for local artisans and strengthened Africa's presence in the global luxury market. And then to unify Africa's fragmented fashion industry, AfCFTA has partnered with the International Trade Center to establish what we call the Pan-African Fashion Alliance, which will be a multi-stakeholder cooperative designed to serve as a central platform for collaboration and growth. The alliance aims to bring together designers, manufacturers, financiers, and other key stakeholders to strengthen the continent's fashion ecosystem. Through this collaboration, targeted interventions across the fashion value chain will be delivered, including access to finance, capacity building programs, market linkages, and technology-driven solutions. By fostering collaboration and driving and providing strategic support, the Alliance seeks to accelerate the growth of African fashion, promote local content, position the continent as a competitive player in the global fashion market. I think I will need that fan. Thank you. Another one, and the fan. This place is hot. CANX aims to position Africa as a global culinary destination, showcasing the continent's rich and diverse food heritage to the world. I'm going to have you here. I'm going to, That's more like it.
I can give you this also.
This is, whoever invented this is better. I think we actually need to get a fan here for those who are speaking. So I was talking about gastronomy. Our gastronomy and culinary arts program is rapidly gaining momentum. In its inaugural phase, the program featured 10 African food brands presenting a variety of products, including chocolate, teas, beverages, condiments, and spices, at our inaugural African pavilion at Food Africa 2024 in Cairo, Egypt. This year, we're expanding the program significantly. We're doing that through targeted capacity building initiative with industries experts. We have prepared 20 African food entrepreneurs for international exposure. Their participation, facilitated by AfCFTA, spans major global events, including the Americas Food and Beverage Show in Miami, USA, and Anuga, which is the world's largest food trade show, which is scheduled to hold in October in Cologne, Germany. Honorable guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the bank's push for exports and investment promotion was boosted powerfully right here in Algiers at Canex Weekend 2024, where we saw over 6,000 participants from 81 countries coming together, generating more than $540 million in creative economy deals. It ranged from a $245 million Pan-African sports broadcasting agreement to a $3 million facility for Tunisian film studios. CANX has become the bridge where creativity meets commerce. So it is with immense excitement that we welcome you to CANX at the International African Trade Fair, Iatf 2025, which is a vibrant celebration of Africa's brilliance, cultural richness, and entrepreneurial spirit. This year, CANX at Iatf promises an immersive experience showcasing the best of African talent across gastronomy, fashion, music, film, literature, sports, and visual arts. You can look forward to an extraordinary lineup of exhibitions and interactive sessions, including master classes, panels, and conversations, as well as live performances, offering opportunities to learn, to network, and celebrate creativity. Complementing this is the CANX Deal Room, where innovators, entrepreneurs, and investors converge to forge transformative partnerships. Music lovers are in for a treat. It started last night at the mega concert, but we also have a CANX Music Factory that is electrifying live performances. CANX will bring a breath of energy of sports in Iatf 2025. Sports activations in partnership with BAL and the government of Algeria. This year, we also have a vibrant program for gastronomy and culinary arts. We will have again the Africa Jollof Wars Competition 2.0 and inaugural CANX Junior Chef Competition. We'll also feature a CANX fashion show on 7th of September. And to nurture young culinary talents, CANX is introducing the Junior Chef Competition. We invite you to explore, engage, and connect with innovators, artists, and entrepreneurs. As I close, let us be reminded that Africa's creatives are some of the most resilient and visionary entrepreneurs. They are breaking barriers despite structural challenges. and they have shown unmatched innovation and adaptability. Let us build the conditions so that when a child in Algiers, Accra, Nairobi, Kinshasa, or Aswan says, I want to be a creator, the parents, the grown-ups, the village community can say, good, there's a system for that. And when a child looks back 20 years, they will see an Africa that turned imagination into industry, culture into capital, and talent into widely shared prosperity. Welcome to CANX at Iatf. Welcome to an arena where we unite as one. Welcome to an arena where our unity and culture and heritage is speaking and creating for the world. God bless you all.
Thank you very much, Excellency Mrs. Kanayo Awane, EVP Intra-African Trade and Export Development at AfCFTA. And right now, ladies and gentlemen, let's give a warm welcome to her, Excellency Mrs. Lucia Witbooi, Vice President of Namibia, to present her opening remarks.